Hi, this is Shelley Kraft. We're coming to you live on SNNLive. We're at the 14th Annual B. Riley & Company Investor Conference right here in Santa Monica, California. I have with me Jim Malone from Lightbridge. And let me tell you, it's a publicly traded company, symbol LTBR. Welcome to SNNLive.
Thank you, Shelley. I'm pleased to be here with you.
It's good to have you. Okay, let's get right into Lightbridge. Give us that overview so our audience knows what you're talking about.
Okay. Lightbridge is a unique company. We have two distinct businesses. One is an intellectual property business directly involved in designing the next generation of nuclear power plant fuel. More power, longer cycles, more economy, more safety. Our other company is involved in advisory services. They're best known for the services they've provided to the United Arab Emirates and the construction program for the reactors in Abu Dhabi. And they've been very successful, and we're looking for more from them.
Now, first thing I want to say is, how smart are you? This is an interesting business. It's what I found interesting from the first thing you just said was Abu Dhabi building nuclear power plants when they're sitting on top of next door and right underneath them is all the oil in the world? How do you figure that?
Well, they're not the shy investor type. They're smart. What they've done is realize that they can sell that oil, make a lot of money with it, and they can get reliable nuclear power 24/7 from these power plants they're building.
Brilliant is all I can say. Let's go right into something also. You speak about safety. Everybody's thinking about Japan when it comes. No kidding.
Sure.
So, what do you do that's the safety factor? Because the other things fall into place somewhere behind that.
The Lightbridge fuel is unique because it's all metal. There are no gaps in the fuel like there are with uranium oxide fuel, a common kind that was at Fukushima. The Fukushima fuel runs at about 1200 degrees Celsius. Our fuel runs at about 400. There's a huge difference. So we call ours cool fuel.
What about disposal? I know that's also an issue.
Our fuel actually creates less waste per kilowatt hour than standard fuel, although in the U.S. we still have a political problem with disposing of the fuel after it's been used.
Well, I'm not surprised that the political issue is there. Now, where do you also have a resource that you mine, or is that something that you buy out on the open market?
Actually, the way it works is the customer, the ultimate customer who's going to use the fuel, is the one that purchases the uranium, conversion services, enrichment, and the fuel fabrication service. We just provide the intellectual property.
Wow, that's not a bad business. Now, what's your background?
My background is in chemical and nuclear engineering and finance and economics at the MBA level.
So if you had to give me a prediction for your thinking about the nuclear power industry, leaving France out of it, because I know a little bit about little things.
Yeah.
So where do you think the industry goes?
I think the industry is going to be successful. It hit a bump in the road, obviously, with Fukushima, but the rest of the world is geared up. Everybody paused. Everybody did the right thing and took some time, examined their programs, examined the plants that were being built. If they needed to make changes, they're making the changes, and I think the industry is going to recover robustly from what happened at Fukushima.
So do you have to, if I'm a nuclear power plant, do I have to change my power plant to change to your fuel?
Nope, that's a great question. And the answer is no, you don't. Our fuel is intended, and it does drop right into the existing reactor.
And there's no additional training and for the people who are working and operating a facility, because that's a special qualified person. Everything about it is restrictive and very refined, correct?
Yep, that's true. But when they're working in the power plant, the operators, the people who are in the control room, they have a cycle of 6 weeks in the U.S., and they spend 5 weeks working in the control room and 1 week in training every 6 weeks. So as the core changes, the simulator changes, and it reflects what's actually going on. So our fuel would be substituted in the simulator first, and they're going to learn how to do it.
So besides your technology, do you see other technology coming into play to make what you're delivering even better? So what are you doing? Well, I don't want to get into your future R&D, but That's got to be an area that's going to have to grow along with the spread of nuclear power, correct?
Well, what's interesting about it is our fuel, when it's initially used in an existing reactor, can support a 10 to 17% increase in the power. And if it's a 10% increase, it can also extend the operating cycle from 18 to 24 months. That's a huge advantage to the utility.
Well, you also said earlier that one of the enrichment and betterments of your fuel is that the plant saves money. Is that saving money in the purchase of the fuel, or on a cost basis versus increased output?
It's really on the increased output side. The net benefit to them is on that side. The fuel is a little bit more expensive, but not significantly. But they're going to make money because they have a longer operating cycle, they're generating more electricity, and they're running at higher power.
So let me ask you another. I'm sorry, I just can't stop.
Keep going.
Okay, Abu Dhabi. Okay, are they planning on selling to the grid? Because it's a small country. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they are basically looking at the grid in United Arab Emirates. And there's a decent load. They're hoping that the attraction will be there for other companies to come in with load because of the stability of the nuclear power plants.
And what about the safety factors in, a somewhat, dangerous regions? I think that's a really important question with all of the terrorism around the world. Does your fuel increase or decrease that risk? And what do you think about, Abu Dhabi being a place that could be attacked by terrorism? I have to ask these questions because I'm interested in them.
Well, first and foremost, if you're in Abu Dhabi, you're in a safe place. They go way out of their way to make sure of that. There's scenarios you can invent that would be horrible. However, our fuel is more forgiving than the current uranium dioxide fuel. So it gives you more time to react, more time to do the right thing without having to panic.
You know what? That may have been the most important answer of this whole entire interview. Let's get that website out there.
Yes, our website there is LTBridge.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jim Malone, Lightbridge, symbol LTBR, LTBridge.com. He shed a lot of light on what I needed to know. Thank you so much for coming on
Shelley. I
to
appreciate
SNN Live. I'm Shelley Kraft. This is SNN Live. We're at the 14th Annual B. Riley & Company Investor Conference right here in Santa Monica, California. Good to see you.
You too.
You got it.